I remember that Friday night with haunting clarity, the kind that doesn't fade, even when months pass. I had cooked her favorite dinner, set the table with candles, and even put on the shirt she once said made me look like the man she fell in love with. The door opened and she walked in, not tired or drained from work like usual, but glowing, dressed in a tight red dress, heels clicking against the floor, perfume too strong for a normal evening. She didn't sit. She didn't smile. She simply glanced at the table and said almost casually, "Don't wait up. I'm going on a date tonight with someone who actually sees my worth." I froze, not because I was weak, but because I realized this wasn't a mistake. This was a choice. A part of me wanted to scream, to beg, to ask what I did wrong. But another part, the part that had been quietly dying for months, simply looked at her and said, "Okay, have fun." No anger, no tears, just a calmness she didn't expect. Her eyes flickered with confusion because she wanted drama. She wanted me to fight, to plead. But I gave her silence. And silence is the last language of a broken heart. After she walked out, heels echoing down the driveway, I sat alone at the dining table, staring at the candlelight reflecting off her empty glass. The food went cold, but my thoughts ran hot. This wasn't the first time she flirted with boundaries. Late-night texts, fake girls' trips, endless comparisons to other men. She kept testing how much I could take. But that night, something inside me didn't break. It woke up. I realized love is not proven by how much pain you can endure. It's proven by how much self-respect you refuse to lose. So instead of crying, I opened my laptop. Every account that had both our names separated, every document transferred legally, house papers updated, my lawyer emailed before midnight. I didn't act out of revenge. I acted out of clarity. This wasn't a fight anymore. This was an exit. She returned around 3 a.m., makeup smudged, hair messy, smelling like someone else's cologne. She smirked when she saw me awake. "Relax. It was just one date. Don't be dramatic." I looked at her, no anger, no love, just a quiet kind of goodbye inside my eyes and said, "Good, because that was your last date as my wife." She laughed. She thought I was bluffing, but she hadn't realized. Her games ended the moment I stopped playing. 3 days later, she came home from work, laughing on the phone with one of her friends, only to find her key didn't fit the lock. Confused, she knocked. I opened the door. Behind me lay her suitcase, packed. "What is this?" she whispered. I handed her an envelope. "Divorce, signed, filed, and finalized soon." Her phone slipped from her hand. Her pride cracked. She tried to push past me, but I stepped aside. "Everything inside belongs to me legally. What's yours is in that suitcase." Her voice trembled for the first time in months. "Where am I supposed to go?" she asked. The same woman who once told me, "If you can't handle losing me, you don't deserve me," now stood outside her own home, lost. I didn't answer with anger. I simply whispered, maybe to the man who was handsome and confident, "I'm sure he'll take care of you." But destiny doesn't always grant such wishes, because he never answered her calls again. Why? Because before she even returned from that date, I had met him. I told him everything calmly, respectfully, and walked away. He blocked her that night. That evening, she sat outside on the pavement, hair messy, mascara streaked, pride shattered. The same neighbors who once saw her mock me now saw her break. She whispered, "Please, I made a mistake. Don't do this." My heart, once weak for her, stayed still. "You didn't make a mistake," I said quietly. "You made a choice. And now I'm making mine." Weeks passed. The house that once echoed with arguments felt peaceful. I woke up without checking if she was home, without feeling that ache in my chest. Freedom didn't feel like fireworks. It felt like silence, clean and warm. Friends asked me how I could stay so calm. I smiled because they didn't know the truth. When someone stops respecting you, leaving them isn't cruelty, it's self-care. I heard she moved into a small rented room. Her friends stopped inviting her. The man she left for ghosted her. Slowly, reality replaced arrogance. And every few nights around 1 a.m., I'd see her name flash on my phone. "I miss you." I never replied because I finally learned it's not my job to fix someone who broke me. In the end, This story isn't about betrayal. It's about transformation. I didn't destroy her world out of vengeance. She did by thinking I'd always be waiting. She bet everything on the idea that I'd stay no matter how much she disrespected me. She was wrong. And the day I stopped caring, that was the day she finally